Hello and welcome back to We Go East. Today we are in Yamagata in Zao Onsen, and these are the snow monsters.
From Yamagata station. We just got the bus up here from Sendai. It's super early in the morning and we're going to head to Zao Onsen now. We've been looking forward to going to Zao Onsen for a long time, so let's go.
Zao Onsen is a historic hot spring town nestled in the mountains of Yamagata. Known locally as the Springs of Beauty, Zao Onsen dates back to 110 AD and has been attracting visitors with its bathhouses ever since. Zao can be reached in as little as 3.5 hours from Tokyo by Shinkansen. However, as we live in Kobe, we chose to fly to neighbouring Sendai before taking the express bus to Yamagata City. From there, we took the local bus up the mountain to Zao. And although the journey is quite long, it's definitely worth the travel time. In the winter, Zao becomes a snowy paradise with its steamy streets, vast skiing area, and world-famous snow monsters.
These are the snow monsters, or Japow in Japanese. They're fir trees that are indigenous to this area in Honshu, and they can withstand super harsh winters, harsh conditions, lots of snow, and there's actually a special atmospheric thing that happens in this area where the snow sticks to the trees and it makes this sort of snow monsters. We're here in the beginning of January, and apparently the best time to see them is actually in February after there's been, a long time for the snow to stick. This is what you see on the pictures. They look great, although maybe this one needs a bit more snow. They're definitely snow monsters at the top, but the more down you go, the more they just look like trees.
It reminds me a bit of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, if you've seen that film. It looks like Whoville, doesn't it? The mountain he's on, they're sort of like, you know what I mean? I'll put some on the video, but like, it looks like that, doesn't it? We're quite fortunate today because the weather's really good. The last 2 days we've been skiing and the weather's been absolutely awful. The visibility's been like 5 meters, so it's been really hard. It's been really hard to get really good footage of the snow monsters. They've just been sort of like looming out of the dark. But anyway, enough yip yapping. Let's continue. Let's ski.
Snowboard.
Snowboard.
Zao Ski Resort is one of Japan's oldest and is the largest in the northern Tohoku region. Boasting 38 lifts, gondolas and cable cars, Zao has plenty of skiing terrain for all abilities and typically receives over 4 meters of snow each year. At over 10 kilometers, the longest run snakes down from the very peak of the resort, winding through the amazing snow monsters down to the village below. One of the best things about Zao is that you can get up close and personal with the snow monsters, and for those who don't ski or snowboard, you can snowshoe through the Japow or take a nighttime ride on a piste basher.
We're at the top of the ropeway, and there's actually a little restaurant here that we didn't know, so of course got a bit. And we're enjoying a beautiful view of the snow monsters. Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
The ski resort is open until 5 PM every day, but by then it's quite dark, so be sure to make your way back to the town by then. But if you're not quite ready to stop, Zao Onsen has night skiing. For only 2,200 yen, you can enjoy up to 4 hours of night skiing, running from 5 to 9 PM every day. In a normal year, there are typically 3 lifts open in the Uodani zone. However, there were only 2 in operation when we were there. The night skiing here in Zao is actually really great value because the course you can ski on is really long, and it was practically empty the whole time. So Ashley, what do you think of the night skiing?
Oh, it's so good. It's such a long slope here as well. Long course. Run. And there's actually like 2 chairlifts and maybe like 30 people on the whole thing. So it's just to ourselves. We've got it all to ourselves.
It must be said that during our time in Zao, the only lift that ever had a queue was the gondola up to the snow monsters. So if you're looking for peace and quiet on the slopes, Zao is the place for you. Okay, so we are here in the centre of Zao Onsen Town. We're having a little wander around at night, and the town is looking pretty good. It's all lit up with nice sort of lights, nice colours, and yeah, the steam rising from the ground. It's pretty cool.
We're actually stood outside one of the public onsens. There's loads of public onsens here because they clearly just like hook straight up to that sweet onsen supply. The public onsens are really cheap. They're about 200 yen, which is like so cheap. That's cheaper than, I don't know, a can of Coke or something. They're all unmanned, so it's done on a trust system. You just put your 200 yen in a box and in you go, which is very nice and Japanese. Zao Onsen is actually one of the oldest hot spring towns in all of Japan. And another interesting feature is the fact that the hot spring water here is one of the highest acidity levels in all of Japan as well. The one in our hotel is at pH 2, so it's really acidic. The high acidity of the onsen water means that it's really good for skin conditions and things like that, and therefore the onsen water in Zao has been named Springs of Beauty, and it's sort of advertised as beautifying water. Behind me is one of the streams that the onsen water goes down, and like this town is full of them. They're everywhere. So you can see that it's steaming a lot. The actual source of the onsen water is about 50 degrees, so it's really hot. But when you go into an onsen, it's cooled down a bit to like 42 degrees-ish. So it's still very hot, but not burning.
The first thing you see when you come into our traditional Japanese ryokan room is the sort of genkan area where we've got our slippers, our sort of winter boots, trainers, and then you have the sort of sink area with our wash bags. You've got some soap, hairdryer, mirror, all's good. And then behind me we have the toilet, traditional Japanese style with, you know, all the buttons and doodahs and whiz bangs and whatever. You have the toilet slippers, which actually say toilet on them, very neat. Bamboo as well. And then we have the sort of the main room, slidey door, of course. And here we are. This is our traditional Japanese room. 2 futon beds, they're actually really comfy. Possibly the most striking thing about this room is the black tatami. I've never seen black tatami before. Have you, Ash?
I've never seen black tatami before. It's really nice though, isn't it?
It is really cool. It's quite sort of like dark and ashy, sort of like bachelor pad style. Oh, the sort of the slidey, the curtains. Another interesting thing, if you're not familiar with Japanese homes, here we have the floor table and chairs. They're not the comfiest, but they're very traditional. Ashley, any words on the floor chair?
It's not the comfiest.
It's not the comfiest. Brilliant. Over here we have sort of clothes stand, coat stand, my bag, Ashley's bag, helmet stuff. Big heater. When we first came in, that was like disgustingly hot. That was too hot. Dehumidifier, fridge. In here we've got more pillows, towels and stuff for the onsen downstairs. TV. And in this cupboard, we have more futons because this room clearly fits a family. At the moment, it's just us. Now, you may be wondering, what we're wearing. This is a traditional Japanese yukata, which is a more casual version of a kimono. And on top we have the accompanying jacket, which keeps you warm. And the reason we're wearing them is because in Japanese onsens, or ryokans, like the place we're staying at, they will provide you with these yukatas, and you can wander around the hotel in them, go to the onsen, go to dinner, breakfast, in your traditional Japanese dress. Irashaimase.
Irashaimase.
As is traditional at Japanese ryokans, breakfast and dinner were available at our hotel. The buffet-style breakfast every day was amazing with a wide variety of options, ensuring we always left with a full stomach. We chose not to have dinner every night at the hotel, allowing us to try the local restaurants and izakayas of Zao. But on our last night, we decided to treat ourselves to dinner at the hotel. We chose the local beef sukiyaki and it was absolutely delicious. The other option though of pork shabu shabu also looked really good. As well as the main course, we were also served lots of little side dishes which included sashimi, sushi, local vegetables and traditional Japanese pickles. If you stay at a Japanese ryokan, I highly recommend that you do try the food because you get to try lots of local delicacies.
Okay, thank you everyone for watching. We are back in Yamagata station, about to head to Sendai. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Zao Onsen is amazing. I cannot recommend it more. Please remember to subscribe, comment, like the video, share it, whatever. It helps us out enormously. If you're anywhere near Sendai or Yamagata or Tohoku, you must go to Zao because the skiing's amazing, the snow monsters are amazing, the food's amazing, and the onsen's best I've been to, the hottest I've been to. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you again next time.